Business Insight this morning. CEOs for Cities is an organization that bills itself as a civic lab. Its goal is to connect urban leaders and share big ideas that make our cities stronger and more vibrant. The organization will hold its spring national meeting right here in Cincinnati this week, Thursday and Friday, at Great American Ballpark. Among the speakers is Steve Case, former CEO of AOL, Ann Altman from IBM Global, and former UC President Nancy Zimpher. David Ginsburg, CEO of Downtown Cincinnati, Inc., is co-chairing the meeting. He joins U.S. Bank Business Watch's Kelly Leon with more. Kelly?
Thank you, Brian. David, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Kelly.
We've known each other for a while, and we have this, shared passion for the city. But for those who maybe don't get why it's so important for a city to be vibrant and strong, let's start with just a little bit about why that's so important.
Well, they say you can't be a suburb of nowhere. And so the cities really carry the brand equity for our regions. They're centers of employment, they're centers of tax revenue, and because of their proximity to business and education and so many other civic systems, the legal system, etc., they're incubators for ideas and intellectual capital. So they really are the engines of growth for our region, and it's a win-win thing. For our regions to be successful, our center cities need to be successful, and vice versa. And
for this organization to choose Cincinnati, CEOs for Cities. Now, is it made up of CEOs? Is that who's coming here?
It's a little bit of a misleading term, though. The folks that are part of CEOs for Cities come from the fields of philanthropy and government and business and education, usually senior civic leaders who like to learn what's happening at the cutting edge of urban thinking and how to integrate what they're doing with what all the other systems are doing. So it's very exciting that they've chosen Cincinnati, because we're at a very unique time in our history.
So why do you think they did choose Cincinnati? What are they going to find here?
Well, we have a pretty significant, what we call a cluster, a number of people that attend regularly CEOs for Cities meetings, led by Eric Avner, Hale Foundation. And as we go to other cities like Portland, and we've been to Chicago and Washington, now we're starting to see, and I think the network is starting to see, that a lot of this progress is really taking place big time here in Cincinnati. And you look at over the Rhine and the Gateway Quarter and the work that's been done there, the banks and the riverfront, the center city, Fountain Square, the area around that, the renaissance of residential, and all the other progress that were being made. And I think if there was probably a good urban laboratory in the United States right now, it's Cincinnati. I also think it's exciting with Cincinnati because while we've accomplished a tremendous amount in the last few years, there's still a long way to go. So that really makes us a great urban laboratory.
Where do we need to go? What are the top 2 or 3 things that we still need to do?
Well, I think a lot of this conference is called The City as a Startup. So it's about place. It's about how do you attract and retain talent. I think we all know that we need to do a better job of attracting and retaining talent. I think some issues like transportation and housing and inclusion are all part of that diversity. So those are some of the topics that we'll be talking about during the meetings.
Okay, and these meetings are not open to the public. How do you get invited?
Many of the folks that will be at the meetings are they're members of CEOs for Cities. It's a membership organization, but there is a website, CEOs for Cities.
Yeah, let's put that up on the screen just so people want more information.
People can get more information.
And learn more.
And there are still some openings available, so if someone wanted to register, they probably could still come.
Okay, all right. Well, this is exciting that they've chosen Cincinnati. They'll learn from us, we'll learn from them, and hopefully it'll be a great event.
We're very excited.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
David, for being here.